Alright, let's try this again since I've been interrupted 3 times now. Today, we're going to look over the Tamiya King Hauler 6x6 that I built. The cab is all stock with the exception that the sleeper was cut off. I cut the sleeper off, glued a piece of plastic in there. I had to notch it out for the transmission, and I'll show you why in a minute. It's got a Castle Creation Sidewinder 3 with a 10 amp BEC, a 45 turn RC 4-wheel drive crawler motor, and a 4-channel Spectrum receiver. Right now there's no actuators on the dump box. I took them off for the trailer that I built for it, and I gotta order 2 more for this still. I'll be doing that soon, I hope. So to convert it to a 6x6, it has a Tamiya TLT-01 front axle with, I had to drill holes in the leaf springs to put the 2 screws in there because you can't use the U-bolts anymore. The transmission, I had to take the lower transmission shaft, and the front of it, I added about 1/4 of an inch in length to it. I just welded a little piece on and then ground it down so it was round again, so I could put a drive line on it and make it 6-wheel drive. I left the front axle unlocked. I locked the middle axle, and the rear axle is unlocked still also. It doesn't steer very good with a load in it, but it steers a lot better than the Tonka truck does. I also had to move the transmission back about 1.5 inches. I moved it back so that this rear mount lines up with these holes for the cross member, the ones that are right at the back of the cab. In doing that, I had to cut out a large chunk of the base for the cab, plastic plate that it screws to. And I also had to cut out a little chunk on the back side so that the top of the transmission would clear. In doing that, I had to cut the notch in the cab to fit that. It fits pretty good. It looks okay. It doesn't look too obvious that there's a big transmission sticking out the back there. So it's not really that noticeable. There were tires on here. I gotta take these off, figure out something different for that. Take up the space. I had to make the dump box a little bit shorter than I'd planned because the 2 actuators wouldn't lift it with a load very well. I got a new plan for how I'm mounting the actuators when I get some more for the dump truck. It's got stock wheels, stock tires. The front drive line is a cut down RC 4-wheel drive mega truck shaft. The middle drive line is RC 4-wheel drive Punisher shaft. And it's got the stock center, or the stock rear drive line that goes between the axles. Other than that, and the dump box, this truck is basically stock. So, if you got any questions, need to know any more about it, comment in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you later with the Wraith next time.